I'm Joe from Joe's Collector's Corner. Welcome back to another video. I'm a part-time eBay reseller, buying things from car boots, charity shops, Facebook Marketplace, and selling them online for a profit. Another week has gone by. We've been to a car boot sale this morning. It was not as busy as it normally was, but we've bought a ton of stuff, and this time I actually got it really cheap. And I think there's some gems in here, so it's going to be a really good video. In terms of sales, we've hit a new record again. 2 weeks ago, we set our highest record ever, which was just shy of £600 in 1 week. Today, we smashed that by about 25 quid, and we have hit £622.60 in sales. 2 sales on Vinted, the rest on eBay. The most sales I've ever had in 1 week, just unbelievable. This August has just been insane. Hopefully, I've managed to buy some good stuff to kind of keep this up, but finding this kind of stock is few and far between, so I'm really chuffed with what we've got today. If you see my post on Instagram, it is still where it was. It is all over the floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through things and just try and chuck them to the side in a bag, and then we'll go through everything that's sold this week. Our pile behind us of box stock is getting higher and higher. I bought this on Vinted actually, you won't have seen this. This is a Dino Trucks Chomp and Raw toy. Dino Trucks, super sought after, super expensive. As you probably know, those little toys I got 70 odd quid for or something stupid. That I'm looking to get about 40, 45 for. You can't get them anywhere, especially not in this country. So keep your eye out for Dino Trucks. Right, total spend today, £56.50. One of the things I spent a tenner on is not here. It's at my brother-in-law's because we went 50-50 on it, and it is pretty cool. So I guess we'll talk about that first. It was pretty much the end of the boot sale. We bought a guy's 25, well, he's been collecting Magic the Gathering cards for 25 years, and he's just moved on to a new game. We bought his entire collection of well over 1,000 cards. There was binders full, boxes full, decks, box decks full. We spent 20 quid on it all, so we went in £10 each. We're not sure how we're going to sell it yet. There could be some mega rare cards in there. I know like John Luke has sold individual cards in the past, but there's thousands of them, so I don't know if we're going to auction them all off as one big bundle or what we're going to do. But when the auction goes live, I will definitely put it on Instagram if any of you guys are interested. But yeah, £10 into that should be a really good return. So yeah, I guess we spent 46 quid on everything that's here. We'll start off with some of the clothing because it's easy to move out of the way. We bought a women's Columbia raincoat. I wasn't sure if it was men's or women's. It's in a nice kind of reddy, pinky colour. Columbia on the side. Good condition. It's just a standard raincoat. It's a size small. I wasn't sure if it was a men's or a woman's, so I tried it on, and it is tapered around the waist. So my girlfriend laughed. It's definitely a woman's. But, you know, for 2 quid or something, there's definitely going to be some profit there. We bought a nice, I thought this was old, but it looks like it's 2017. It's just an Adidas blue track jacket with the stripes kind of going diagonal on the side. A couple of pockets, just a standard Adidas track jacket. That's in a size large, that's a men's. Again, paid about 2 quid. Not sure on the resale value, but there's going to be something in it. The last bit of clothing is actually still hung up from the Instagram post. It is a BMW Motorsport waterproof parka jacket. Really good condition, really cool. BMW Motorsport up the side. It's official from BMW. I think it's only worth about 20 quid, or there's one sold for 20, so I could probably get more for it. I'm just not sure if I'm going to keep it because it does fit, and it's nicer than kind of like the cheap Slazenger waterproof jacket I bought. I went on a walk once and thought I need a waterproof. That was cheap at Sports Direct, but that's pretty cool, so I might keep it and use it for that, but I'm not sure. Again, today I set out with a goal of not buying any shoes, or unless I knew they were worth it, because I bought 14 pairs last week, and I've been cleaning throughout the week and I'm just sick of it. So once I've sold some, I filled 4 boxes full of shoes, so I think once I've sold some, I'll get some more. But if I know they're worth money, I'm going to pick them up. And we bought another pair of Nike Air Rifts, and I've just sold the last ones, which you'll see in this video, for £42.99. These cost me £2, and they're the red versions. Now, brand new in box, somebody's asking 250 quid for these. Now, these are only a size 4, but I think they're easily worth £30–40, same as the last pair. So I think we'll probably aim for 40, maybe put them up a bit higher and take offers like I did last time. People seem happier thinking they've got some money off, so I might try that as well. I think the eBay classic, everybody should have this on their list and buy it at least once. There's not a whole lot of profit, but I bought a pair of moon shoes. But better yet, I bought a pair of moon shoes with some replaced bands as well. So they're about 20 quid, free postage then, and they're massive. So the postage is probably not cheap. If they're light enough, I might be able to get £2.99 postage, but a pair of moon shoes for 2 quid, I weren't going to say no, just because you've got to buy them at least once. And you know, we found them. Video games, we bought a few. I'll run through them real quick. Right, so we bought Crash Boom Bang on the DS because it was 50p, worth about 4 or 5 quid. Guitar Hero 2 on the Xbox 360 might be worth something on its own. If not, I mainly bought this for the next time I pick up a guitar. You can get like an extra £5 on the bundle. For some reason, I bought FIFA 06 Road to the World Cup. I think it was because Ronaldinho's on the front, and it's worth like 5 or 6 quid. We bought Walking Dead the Season 2 on the PS4. We bought another GTA 5. And then we bought 2 sealed games. We bought Mass Effect 2 for under £1. Sealed. It's not worth a whole lot of money. You might be able to get a tenner for it. And then we bought Constantine, the video game, brand new and sealed for the PlayStation 2. In America, it's got all Germany or something. It's gone for £30 plus postage. None in the UK at the minute, I don't think, or not any solds on it. But it's brand new. I know pre-owned it's worth about 8 quid. I reckon we can at least get 20 for that. Brand new, old school PS2 game, 2005. There's definitely going to be some value in that. They're not as good as the PS4 from the last video, but when they're cheap enough, I'm going to pick them up. We bought, this has not got a whole lot of value, but it's a Jaguar Racing PS1 controller. But looking at it now, maybe, okay, the analog's gone a little bit. I was going to say, it looks like it's never been used. It is really good condition, but the analog is not pinging back all the time. It does get stuck around the edges, so there might not be much we can do with that. But I can take a picture of it and just try and get a £5 for it, I guess. Or, to be fair, I think I'll chuck it in the car boot bag in the loft, and we'll do that. But you know, it's a shame. I should have checked both analogs, but I got it with that sealed game and with a camera, so I'm not going to complain too much. I'll chuck that to one side. So yeah, from the same stall, we bought with a bag a Canon film camera. I only got this. I keep, you know, buying cameras and they're either worthless or they come back with an issue and I have to refund them. But this was a Canon EOS 500, and I know like EOS nowadays is really good. This is obviously an old film camera. I think it needs new batteries, and then I need to actually figure out which one the on button is, because I couldn't figure out how to turn it on, so it's probably run out of batteries. But it looks cool. It's got a bag. If it's not worth any money, it's one of them items that I can just stick on the car boot and it'll draw some interest and I'll probably be able to get my money back. All in all, I think I paid a tenner for the sealed game, the controller and the camera. So I don't think, if it's worthless, it'll be the end of the world. And it's got a nice carry bag with it as well. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll clip that up before I end up dropping it. We bought this was £1 I think, we bought a sealed Meccano set. I always try and find sealed Lego if it's cheap enough and pick that up. I've never done Meccano, but you know, brand new in box, about 15 quid. Yeah, from £1, it's a no-brainer really. What else have we got? There's stuff kind of everywhere. Let's go for this. We bought a Microsoft Sidewinder joystick, year 2000, in the original box. And to be fair, it's actually like almost in its box properly, so it's probably like barely been used. I don't think there's a whole lot of value on these. I think you can get 15-20 quid with a box. Maybe you can get a little bit more, but I paid £1, so it was one of them things where kind of gaming accessories, I like selling them. They're easy to sell. It's worth taking a risk on them, especially when they're only £1. Let's go through these. There's probably not much value in these, but it was a couple of quid. I just bought 4 Warhammer books. I think these might be a bit older. We've got a Warhammer High Elves. We've got the Warhammer 40k rulebook. So this is, does it have a year on the back? It doesn't, but it's got a £17.50 price tag on the back, so we like to see that. That's always a good sign. We've got a Tyranids Codex. There's probably some value in these. And then we got an aux codex, which is a bit knackered, but we'll probably be able to get a little bit of money back. So I think from £2, if we can make 20, 15, 20, that's still decent. That kind of stuff might even sell on Vinted. I've not tried books, or many books on Vinted, but I might be able to shift them on there. Let's go through Star Wars stuff. 2 different buyers. We bought this from one buyer. Paid about £3, I think. I've never heard of this, but it's a Star Wars science set. And this one is a Force Trainer hologram experience. So you put on a little headset and some kind of holograms appear in the middle bit. The headset and this main bit is here, but I don't know if there's all these little bits that you need to actually make it work. So I think we'll test it out. If it's working, anywhere between 25 to 35, 40 quid on this. Probably get about 30, hopefully. It's in decent condition. And then we paid a tenner to somebody else for a boatload of those, like, I don't know what the actual name for them is, but it's the lightsabers that you connect together and build and make custom lightsabers. And we just got loads. So we got Ray's staff, looks to be worth 15, 20 quid. We paid a tenner for all of it. We've got a Kylo Ren lightsaber, like a little bit of a smaller one. We've got this really cool hidden, it's like an Assassin's Creed dagger that connects to lightsabers too. These kind of things might just have value on their own. This is the first time I've picked any of this stuff up. I bought the Disney store proper lightsabers before and probably did about 55, 65 quid on them and paid like £2.50, and they weren't even fully working. So this kind of stuff might go down really well. We've got like a connector here that pops out. This, I don't know if this is like the Power Rangers stuff where it's just these little random bits that you can't really get anymore that have got the most value. It might be that I bundle them all together, but I just don't know. If you guys know anything, feel free to let us know. We've got another kind of light up Kylo Ren sounds. We've got like the handle bit. I know there was a bundle with this and a couple of lightsabers for about 30 quid, and we've got double the amount that was in that. There's another, is this Darth Vader's maybe? We've got the small ones that connect to that kind of handle, and then we've got another 3 here, and these are the ones where you can connect them together and you can have double-sided lightsabers. They all light up and they have sounds. They're all in decent condition. So I think in total we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lightsabers. Then we've got the staff, we've got the handle and the little ones, and then we've got that cool kind of hidden dagger. And like I said, I paid £10 for all of them, so I don't know whether, I think splitting them up is probably the best thing to do, but how much I split them up, I'm not sure yet. I think I'll probably have to do Google Lens on them, find out whose they're meant to be and do some research and see if they're worth anything on their own. It's the kind of thing where one of them just might be worth 30 quid and I had no idea. The last thing we bought was a giant crate of books. We spent £5. He said they were all from his childhood. I believe him, they're all 90s books. He wanted like 20p each, and then I said, how much do you want for all of them? And he said a £5, and for the sheer amount that's here, I was never going to say no. So I'll show you what I actually wanted, and then I'll show you what we've got, and I think that's where the money is. It's mad. So I saw about 4 or 3 of these on the top, and I wanted these. So these are Forgotten Realms, which I think is a D&D series. So these are fantasy adventure books. They're not the so they're not like the D&D guides, but they're D&D universe. I'm pretty sure they're D&D. They might be D&D. They're very similar if they're not. But they're called Forgotten Realms fantasy adventure books, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in total, and I saw about 3 of them. So some of these might have some decent value. Super old, super retro. So 5 quid for 9 of them is probably a good deal. We'll just stick them there off the camera. And then what we got with them is this crate full of stuff. So we ended up buying basically a full collection of Shivers books and Goosebumps books. And I think Shivers is the same kind of thing. It's a different author, but it's basically Goosebumps, I think. So there's a crate full, and then there's these here which are just extras. So we've got some like TV specials, bigger Goosebump books. These might be a bit newer. I'm not sure on the value of these. It probably isn't much. Same author as Goosebumps. We've got this Fear Streets Collector's Edition. Probably not worth anything on its own, but if I auction all these off, I'll probably throw it in with that. So we've got some TV special ones here. Again, Nightmare Hour is by the same author. And then this is the crate full, which is pretty heavy. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. It's not as big as I thought, but we bought this crate full of books. There we go. So we've got a crate full. So one half of that crate is Shivers and one half is Goosebumps. We have got issue 1 of both, and then Goosebumps kind of tails off and goes all the way up to like 60. So they're just a mix match. There's probably about 30 there. And then Shivers, we've actually got volume 1 all the way through to 36 with none missing whatsoever. When I looked up Shivers books, this had sold for £18, number 27, and I've not checked any more. So because we've got that many, I think what I'm going to do is auction them off, and I might auction them off entirely as a bundle. There was a random bundle of 9, which were between issue 1 and 60. 9 books went for 37 quid. And we've got 36 here, but I don't want to break them up because I don't know if we'll lose value or not. So I think what I'm going to do is auction them off entirely. I might start at 50, and I've paid a £5 for all of this. So if we get 50 at a minimum for these, that's amazing. And then I'll probably do a similar thing for the Goosebumps. They might be worth less. I don't know if it's worth me. I think they've got barcodes on all of them. They do have barcodes, so it might be worth checking them all, which I might do, but there are a lot of them. But yeah, £5 for all these Forgotten Realms books, all of the Shivers, all of the Goosebumps, all of the special ones, and then a couple by the same author for £5. And we got this really handy crate, which I can use to put even more books and games in. So I might even be able to keep this one in the loft for stuff that might not sell straight away. Yeah, really cool. So that's everything we bought. Plus, you know, the Magic the Gathering things. And like I said, that was £56.50 for all of it. £46.50 for everything that's in the actual room. Yeah, really good day. I was an hour late because we went to a wedding reception last night. So we got home at like 1 AM. I got up at 6:20 and we just bought some awesome stuff. So really happy with that. Now then, I know some of you like watching what's sold, and I think it's really informative because I like seeing what people sell, because then you know what's right in the market and how much people are asking for things and what's actually selling, the price things sell at. It's really useful. It's the best kind of research. This is the best week we've ever had. We broke the sales record from 2 weeks ago. We've done £622.60. We've had 2 sales on Vinted, the rest on eBay. So let's start with Vinted. We sold a pair of ice skates for £23.99. They weren't Graph Bolero ones, so they aren't worth as much. So they went for £23.99 all in. And then we sold a Nintendo DSi bundle. This was a personal one from years and years ago. That went for £39.99 all in, just with some random assortment of games with it. But yeah, £39.99 all in. I'm pretty happy with that, especially on Vinted. No fees, can't go wrong with that, can't complain. eBay, so I do these Sunday through to Saturday and then film this following Sunday. First things first, we sold a pair of FootJoy full leather golf shoes. Bought them, might have even been last week or the week before. They went for £17.99 all in on offer. We sold the Game of Thrones book set. I saw somebody selling these. There is a dog going crazy. I think I'll shut the window. Wow, that dog was going crackers. I saw somebody sell a Game of Thrones book set on Vinted for like 25 quid. And I've had mine for 6 months, and when I bought it for 8 quid and it was worth 9. So I just left it in the loft, and I've been trying to sell it at car boots and can't get rid of it. Saw them sell it on Vinted, so I put it on eBay, and it went for £25.99 within like 3 days. So I am going to look for the Game of Thrones book set now and try and get it for less than 8. And I know that it's at least worth 20. We then sold a pair of Adidas men's Predators AstroTurf like street trainers. They went for £14.99 plus postage. They would have cost a quid probably. This sold in a day, maybe even the same day. This is a brand new pair of Adidas Predators that we bought last week. This was the better ones as well, the car key ones, with the bag and the shoehorn and everything. They went for £64.99 plus £4.50 postage. They've been delivered and they love them. Positive feedback. They cost me £7.50, which is just insane. It's the best like football boot flip I've ever had. We sold a pair of Gellert men's walking boots. They went for 20 quid. I did pay up for them. I think I paid £6, so we didn't make much money on them. We made about a tenner, but you know, they're happy. They've been delivered. It's another sale, a quick one as well. We sold the coffee burr mill grinder. Took an offer on that. That went for $40.99 all in. Again, they're happy with that. We sold the Disney Store Moana fish hook. That went for $19.99 plus postage. It went for full price. It's been delivered. We've not had feedback yet. Hopefully they read the listing and looked at the images, because the lights weren't working. There was one blue light, but the entire fish hook should light up. It should be worth 30 quid. So I knocked a tenner off of it because of that. Hopefully they know and they're happy with it still. We sold a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare PS4 bundle. That went for £12.99 free postage. We sold our first of the comic and graphic novel things we bought the other week. We sold the Batman Arkham Asylum 25th anniversary book for £8.50 plus postage, £2.99 postage as well. That went on offer. On eBay, the prices were everywhere from £3 to like £4, and there was barely any sold. So I whacked it up for a tenner, I think, because it is really good condition, and it sold for £8.50. So I'm pretty happy with that. We sold another Apple Smart Pro cover, $14.99 all in. Bought two of them for £1.50 each. Listed one and then completely forgot about the other. I listed it months later and it sold straight away. I'm really happy with this sale. I actually hand delivered this the same day because they were within 30 minutes drive, and it was about the same price as posting it, but they were just too awkward to package. It is a pair of squash rackets with the carry bag. They went for $39.99 plus $5.99 postage, and I got these cheap from the Torxy car boot that I went to once. That was the crazy one where you're kind of running around, you've got an hour to buy things and no time to research, and I've been sending out offers for them for months for 30 quid, and they actually went for full price. Like I said, £40 plus postage, hand delivered the same day. We sold Fear 3 for the PlayStation, but they've not paid, so it's not gone through into the total. They might never pay, so we'll have to relist it. We sold Nexamon for the Nintendo Switch. That's a sealed brand new game. That went for $19.99 free postage. We've sold the vintage Geo Safari electronic game. I've had that for ages. It went on offer for £24 plus £5.80 postage. Now these are where the big sales come in. The last three, just mad these. The WWE stuff that we bought last week, did we buy it? I think it was last week, or was it the week before? Maybe it was the week before. £10 we paid for just a bunch of WWE rings. The first lot sold. Just couldn't believe it. This was a set of 3 rings, all incomplete. It was an entrance, a Hell in a Cell, and a Money in the Bank. Bundled it all together because none of it was complete, but it came with the original spring-loaded ring and things like that, and some of the accessories and like the Money in the Bank case and things like that. That went to America, I think, and they paid on offer £55 plus £10 postage, and then they paid an additional $30 to ship it to America. So I think they paid $95. I put it up for 75, wanted above 50, and I got 55 plus postage. I just couldn't believe that sold first. We then sold the Nike Air Rift running trainers. They went for $42.99. And then finally, yesterday, Saturday, we sold the WWE Elimination Chamber boxed, 100% complete, built and checked. One clip had broken on the underside, but it didn't stop it working. It didn't fall through. I've checked it. It's in the listing. That went for full price, $89.99 plus £10 postage, so £100 for a WWE ring, which means we turned a tenner into £165, and I bought that walking back to the car after buying some bubble wrap because I needed some, and I just happened to see it, and we turned £10 into £165, which is the biggest flip I've ever done and the most profit I've ever done, and just an insane week, just crazy. And I'm kind of running out of good stuff, and I didn't think I'd buy anything to kind of supplement that, but I think I've managed to somehow drop onto some really nice items. So hopefully we can keep building and aiming for above, if £300 a week is like an amazing, unbelievable week that I don't normally achieve. So doubling that is just blowing my mind. So if we can get to the point of consistently hitting 300, it's just, yeah, it's more money than I ever thought I could make just doing this part-time, going to 1 or 2 car boots a week. And it just shows that, you know, somebody like me with barely any knowledge can do it, then you can make some extra money too. I hope you all had a great week. I hope you bought some cool stuff. Let me know in the comments. I want to know if you've got some cool bits. I'll see you all next week.